Hello everyone, this is Jen. We are on for some Mellow Out Sunday today. So we will do some nice little stretchy things good for our whole body. Just kind of lengthen, give ourselves some time to, indulge in some stretches as opposed to all the strength things. Such a good way to balance things out at the end of the week. So let's go ahead and get started right away. Right leg crossed in front of left, and just relax your arms, hands on your lap. Take a moment here, close down your eyes. Empty out your lungs. Feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Take a full deep inhale, lengthen, breathe deep. On your exhale, stay tall. Start to relax your face. And again, check in with your shoulders. Mine, for some reason, love to tense up. So I just drop them down on this exhale. Do it one more time. Full deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Good. And then start to look past your right shoulder and keep your eyes closed as if somebody's calling you, but your shoulders down is just still facing forward, just your head moves. And return your chin back to center. Good. And as if somebody's calling you over your left shoulder, sort of look past your left shoulder, your eyes open or closed. And gently return to center. Do that one more time. Head over to your right shoulder and we'll take a pause. On your inhale, lengthen a little bit taller. On your exhale, see if you might be able to move your chin even more past your right shoulder, just a little bit. One more time. Full deep inhale. Remember, we're never forcing, just encouraging. Exhale. Good. And then still with your face overlooking the right shoulder, start to lift your chin upward toward the ceiling. And then on your exhale, start to tuck your chin in closer to your right collarbone. And let your body be natural with it. Inhale as you tilt your chin upward. If there's a little bit of almost like a backward bending feel, totally allow your body to go naturally. And exhale, a gentle tuck of your chin. And this causes your spine to round a little bit. You're kind of hunched over a little bit. That's totally fine. And then return your chin back into neutral. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, see if there might be more space for your chin to go past your right shoulder a bit more. Good. Your next inhale, return your head back through center, front of your space. And we'll do slightly faster movement just to reset. So look past your left shoulder through center. Look past your right shoulder through center. Look past your left shoulder through center. And one more time through your right shoulder and center. And the next time you look past your left shoulder, take a pause right here. On your inhale, get a little bit taller as if I'm pulling you up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, feel how this feels, that stretch on the right side of your neck. Maybe you look a little bit farther past your left shoulder. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, lift your chin upward toward the ceiling. And take your time. This might feel a little bit sticky on this side. Maybe it feels really accessible, who knows? But be gentle with it. And then gently tuck your chin in, closer toward your left collarbone. We'll do that again. Your inhale, go tilt your chin upward. And exhale, tuck. your chin toward your left collarbone. Maybe you're letting your spine round a little bit, come forward a little bit. Good. Your next inhale, return your chin back into neutral. Pause there. We'll take one more breath here. Lift up a little bit taller, lengthen. On your exhale, move your chin maybe a little bit more to your left. Good. Your next inhale, return your chin, your face back to the front. Eyes open or closed. On your next inhale, lift your both shoulders up high toward your ears. And then squeeze your shoulders back, blades together and down. Do it again. Spike up your shoulders up toward your ears. And then squeeze your blades together, back and down. Twice more. Go lift up your shoulders. Squeeze your blades together, down. One more time. Lift. Squeeze your blades together and down. Good. Open your eyes. Let's lean back just a hair, just to switch out these legs. So left leg crossed in front of your right. Use your hands against your legs for a bit of this cat-cow movement. You can move as small or big as your body allows. So draw your shoulders back, open up through your chest, and gently go round through your spine. Really allow your chest to hollow. Your shoulders come forward without dropping or lifting up toward your ears. Again, inhale, open up through your chest. And exhale, go round. Couple more times. Inhale, go open up through your chest. Squeeze your blades. Exhale, go round. Allow your shoulders to come forward. Hollow out through your chest. One more time. Inhale, go open up through your chest. And exhale, let's go round. Good. From this place, we'll stay. Pick up your hands, interlace your fingers, and then push your palms away from your chest, creating more space there, as much distance as you can. And then do a little bit of right-left action. See how this feels, whether it's your shoulder blade feeling like it's able to kind of push out a little bit more, gain some space, or whether it's your spine, your low back that feels something. I feel like I did one little high foot that tweaked my back a little bit. So I'm moving very gently. And, if you're experiencing a similar situation where you're feel a gentle twinge or tweak, be gentle with it. Move as your body allows, but never forcing, right? It's a great time for experimentation. Maybe you explore movements or shapes that you hadn't previously, just to manage around that change, whether it's just a temporary tweak or it feels like something that's gonna stay a little bit longer. Good. Next time you pass through center, let's again create some space. Maybe change here, your palms facing out, and see how that feels on your arms, your elbows. And on your next inhale, push your palms out away from you. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Without arching your spine, lift your arms up. Push your palms up toward the ceiling, interlaced fingers. One more breath in. And on your exhale, release these arms. Drop your right hand down. Reach your left arm up and over. Find your side body stretch. And take one more breath here. Lift up on your right hand side. Exhale, reach. Open up your chest. Just a bit more. Switch. Lower your left hand down. Reach your right arm up and over. Find your side body stretch. Never collapsing. Stay lifted on your left hand side body. On your exhale, reach out a little bit farther. Maybe you rotate open your chest. Just a little bit more. Good. Gently release. From here, send these legs forward. We'll do a bent leg position. Flex your feet. You can also use some sort of prop, so whether it's a piece of clothing or anything else. Otherwise, you reach for your feet, your toes. Allow yourself to round, right? I'm always talking about like long spine, straight spine, but I tell you, with this little tweak in my back, ooh, I've been really craving a rounded spine. So see if you can allow yourself to round. Maybe you send your feet out a little bit farther. That gives you a little bit more space to round deeper, right? Maybe you send your feet out even farther. Experiment with what distance makes sense to you. Let yourself round. Check your shoulders though. They'll want to spike up toward your ears. See if you can continue to round. Allow your back to push out back behind you. And then on your inhale, lift up through your chest. Find a long spine. Remember, your legs can be totally bent. Exhale then, round. Hollow out through your chest. See what feels good. Again, your legs might be very much more bent than mine. And then your inhale, go open up through your chest. Relax your shoulders back. Open up through your chest. And then we're going to move into that round and hang out in that round. All right, if you can start to go a little bit farther, whether your legs are bent or straight, start to let yourself come all the way down such that your forehead makes its way down toward your knees. I'm gonna scoot back just a hair. Remember, your legs might be bent and this might feel good to you. You might even wrap your arms underneath your thighs to bring yourself a bit closer. You might even wrap and then push the floor away on opposite sides to create a more rounded spine. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. See what works better for you. Again, I feel like I have this opportunity to experiment quite a bit more just because I'm feeling this twinge in my back. So I kid you not, I've not done this little cross-armed push away movement before, but it feels so good. Experimenting goes a long way for sure. So let your chin tuck to your chest. Again, let your head make its way down closer to your knees. And the great thing about this is that we can explore this shape. Let's say for me, for instance, my head is not quite touching my knees. If you're in that same boat too, and you're like, I wish I could just get a little bit deeper into this, the good news is that we can. We'll just find it in a different context. Let's spend some time here though, not giving up on this too soon. Spend a couple more breaths here. Maybe you change around your arm positioning. Maybe you find a better way to gain leverage to create more rounding in your spine. If you're familiar with rabbit pose, this is a similar type of sensation of rounding your forehead to your knees. Let's spend 2 more breaths here. In through your nose. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out. Good. Gently roll yourself up. And we'll take ourselves to the ground. I know, so soon. So however you'd like to get there, I'm moving like very, very slowly. Take yourself down, nice and easy. I'm gonna go one elbow at a time to the floor. Let's bend up our legs, move into a little ball shape. So wrap your one forearm around your legs. See if you might be able to wrap your other forearm around your legs. Maybe you're able to reach for your opposite elbows. Maybe that's too much, right? Maybe you reach for your forearms. Maybe you reach for your wrists. Let's start with a long spine. So I'm gonna scoot a little bit more into screen, but let's start with a long spine, meaning we're always kind of in, conventionally, I would say, there's always this like, oh, let's move into this tight ball situation. Let's start with our straight spine so we feel like our spine is actually like a yoga mat that we're trying to unravel against the floor. So check. A lot of times our neck is off of the floor. Do a little tuck of your chin in, flatten that space out. And then feel your shoulders, right? They want to hike up, drop them down away from your ears. And then from this place, also let your tailbone fall flat. This all might be easier said than done, meaning your tailbone is still quite lifted up off of the floor. Let's just give ourselves a couple of breaths. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your tailbone sit heavy. And for me, it's that time that I spend in this position, the time that I put into this position, where I feel my hips actually start to soften. I can almost guarantee each time I do this right side wind removing pose, which is basically the single leg, but it looks like this, that my right hip feels like very kind of tweaky and uncomfortable. But every single time I give myself just an extra couple of breaths, all of a sudden my body is like more willing, right? It's like this familiarity that's built in, right? That time, that patience. And maybe it's patience, really, right? Sometimes we want instant results, whether we're working on like, the splits or whatever it is. And our bodies are just somewhat unwilling to go that fast. But if we give it a couple of breaths, we start to soften things, not only physically, but mentally in our head, of our expectations of when we're to do this particular thing at this particular time. It all of a sudden feels like our body is willing to let go, to relax, to give in, to accept what we're trying to do for our bodies. And take a note of which arm is in front of the other arm and give it a quick switch. I'm just going to go a switch, other arm in front. And notice if there are any changes from there, maybe very minimal. And then check in again with your details. Maybe you have more space now to relax your shoulders down heavier, to relax your tail down heavier. And I feel, for me at least, as I let my tail drop heavier to the floor, I can fold deeper, meaning the surface area of my thighs against my upper body is quite a bit flatter. There's less of this rounding in my spine, and it's like my front body has decided to iron itself out a bit more. We'll be here for just a bit longer. See if you can make use of your breath. So each time your exhales allow you to soften, allow you to deepen. You can totally close your eyes. We'll give it 2 more breaths here. Allow your thighs to press heavy into your upper body, your belly. Allow your tailbone to flatten out against the floor. We'll take 1 more breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Good. From this place, squeeze your knees, your legs in even tighter. We'll move into that little tiny ball shape that's quite a bit more conventional. You've probably seen it and done it. Lift your head up, round through your spine, and see if you can touch your head closer to your knees. And gently lower your head down, lower your tail down. Exhale, go crunch. Lift your head, lift your tail. And lower back down. Twice more. Crunch, go. Lift your head, lift your tail, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And lower down. 1 more time. Exhale, go. Crunch. And lower down. From here, let's free out this right leg. So let it go long. And you can bend your right leg so your right foot goes flat against the floor. You continue to pull your left knee in close to your left shoulder. If right here it feels okay and you'd like to straighten out your right leg, totally do that and feel this release of your right side hip flexor. Maybe you flex out through your right foot as well, so your toes come back toward your shin. Send energy out through your heel. One more breath in through your nose. On your exhale, see if you can soften your shoulders. Soften this left side hip flexor. Good. From here, let's change up our grip. Start to lengthen out this left leg up top. Remember, you can always bring back the bent right leg, the one that's on the floor. Take an inhale, exhale. Lift your shoulder blades up off the floor. Greet your leg. Again, point or flex. And gently return. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Go lift, greet your leg. And lower back down. Send your left leg gently, gently out toward this side. You can decide how you hold onto your leg. Maybe it's your foot, your ankle. Maybe it's how I'm holding it, sort of like behind my calf. Check that this right hip will want to lift up on you. Drop it back down. Relax your shoulders and allow yourself to feel this nice little inner thigh stretch. We'll take one more breath here, in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Good. Keep your left leg as is. Bend up your right leg if it's not already bent. And then let your right knee drop out toward this side. I'm just gonna switch the angle real quick. So your right knee dropped out to this side as you extend out through your left leg. And then from here, see if you can pick up your right leg and extend it out so you're in a wide leg straddle. Now, depending on how you like to do this, you can use your hands to push, give yourself a little bit of encouragement to lower, open up through your straddle. If this is too much, you can go instead the other direction and support yourself in your straddle. Your hands can be on either side, kind of lifting you up from your calf or from your thighs. Flex your feet, maybe point out through your toes. See if there's any difference for you. And then from there, let's bend our legs into happy baby. You can keep your hands just resting on your inner thighs or on the outsides of your legs, whatever suits your purposes. See if you can still keep your tail heavy, right? Meaning sometimes we go for our feet and all of a sudden our tail lifts up. If you want to go for your feet, totally do that. But see if you can continue to drop your tail down so it's heavy. Right? We're not lifting our tail up. Do a couple of rocks if that feels good to you. Earlier when I did some happy baby with these rocks, it did not feel good to me because of my low back situation, but actually right now it feels okay. So again, experimentation is always a wonderful thing. You just never know how even moment to moment your body changes and is willing or less willing to accept what you're giving. Take one more breath here wherever you are. Exhale it out. Good. Take your hands to the outsides of your legs and gently close your legs, your knees together. And then drop your heels down. We're back into our little wind removing pose with both legs. Drop your tail down heavy, your shoulders down heavy, the base of your neck heavy. And from here, let's free out this left leg. So let your left leg go. You still have that really nice tight grip of your right knee pulled into your chest. Remember, your left leg can be bent as well, or you can slide it so your left leg is longer against the floor. Send energy out through your heel and see how that feels on your left side hip flexor. As you take breath by breath, see if you might be able to pull your right knee in a little bit closer down toward your right shoulder. Level out your shoulders, relax your shoulders. Good, and from this place, start to extend your right leg upward toward the ceiling. You can grab onto any part that's good for you. It doesn't need to be your calf. It doesn't need to look like mine. Take an inhale, and your exhale, greet your legs. So there's a bit of a lift, your shoulder blades up off of the floor. You greet your leg, maybe pull your leg in closer to you, and then gently release your head back to the floor. Take a rest. Inhale, exhale again. Pull your leg in closer to you. You lift your upper body up off the floor. Pull, pull, pull. And gently lower it down. Good. From here, again, you can bend your bottom leg, your left leg. Start to send your right leg out to the right, and you can hold on to it any which way. I kind of like just holding on to my calf in this fashion. Check that your left hip is not popping up off the ground. You're not falling over to this side. Use your left hand, push it against your left hip, and see if you can find some balance there. Take a couple breaths. So even though we're finding stillness with our pose, our breath is still very much alive, active. And then if your bottom leg, your left leg was straight, let's start to bend it here. And let your left knee drop out to this side. And you might find that it's actually easier to find some balance this way. There's a bit of even distribution with your weight this way. And then from here, let's pick up this left leg, straighten it out. We're back into that straddle. So you can go heels up, toes down. And your hands again can be supporting on the outsides of your legs like so. Or if you want to give it even more encouragement to go split out wider, your hands might push against your inner thighs for a gentle nudge downward. Relax your shoulders, nothing too tense. We'll just take one more breath here wherever you are, in through your nose. Your legs might be bent instead of straight. Exhale out through your nose. Very nice. Slow, slow. Let's take these hands on the outsides of our legs. Gently close your legs, your feet together. And then we'll bend these legs here. Drop your knees over to your right hand side. Very easy. You might tee out your arms. You might give yourself an assist, right? Maybe your low back is a little bit weird like mine today. And you might need some help in lowering your legs down to your right. Notice if your left shoulder pops up. Mine does quite a bit. So I'm just going to use my right elbow to push against the floor, lift myself up, and find some more evenness in my shoulders. And if this feels good, just looking straight up into this ceiling, stay here. If you'd like to look past your left shoulder, this gives you a deeper twist. Totally do that for yourself. You might even take your right hand on top of your left thigh to provide some heaviness, getting your legs to move even farther toward your right hand side. Give yourself some really good deep breaths. Scan your body head to toe. If there's any tension, tightness residing, even in the most unexpected places. It could be your fingers, it could be your hips, wherever it is. Use your exhales to soften. Use your exhales to deepen, to allow. Let's take one more breath here, in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Good. On your next inhale, we untwist. So you can use your arms to help assist you. Bring your legs back up. You might even use your left hand to support your low back. I know, I feel like I'm moving in a very kind of gentle fashion today, which is very off-brand for me, but I'm trying. And then gently lower these legs over to your left-hand side. It's amazing though, sometimes when your body does experience injury or whatever it is, you're basically forced into a situation where you do have to go counter what you tend to be like. If your right shoulder is lifted, I'm just going to do this nudge. So I'm pushing my left elbow into the floor. Lift your left shoulder off of the floor to readjust into a more even situation with your shoulders. Again, if looking up with your face up toward the ceiling feels good, you like this twist, stay. Maybe you look past your right shoulder. And then maybe you use your left hand to even gently provide some heaviness over your right thigh. With these twists, with these stretches, with anything really, there's no wrong way to do it, especially when you are checking in with your body and understanding like what you're trying to accomplish, right? Sometimes it's simply endurance, finding the place where you want to go and being able to stay in that place. Sometimes it's going into a challenging place and spending some time, some breath, practicing some patience. For our bodies to be able to enjoy, indulge in that stretch. Scan your body head to toe. So you can check in if there are any places that just have some residual tension that you can afford to let go. Go ahead, let go. Give yourself permission to relax, to enjoy the twist. We'll spend one more breath here, in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Good. Your next inhale, let's gently unwind, untwist. So I'm supporting myself in my low back here as I gently return my legs back through center. Good. And let's continue by just letting these legs drop over to our right again, but letting your body face this right hand side as well. So you can start to push yourself up off of the floor. We're just moving into a kneeling position, so not completely into standing or anything. But we'll bring our knees together, just in a kneeling position, feet together. Sit your hips down onto your heels. And use your hands to help you gently lower yourself down to the floor. Let your head touch the floor. Still feeling our very long spine. And right here, your forehead might not even touch the floor when you can already feel that same sensation as we did when we had our both knees pulled into our chest. In this place, allow your hips to sit heavy.
And if you like your arms in this place supporting you, you want to have like an easy out, keep them right here. If you're willing to bring them back behind you into embryo, and if this feels good, totally do that for yourself. You might even give your forehead a gentle massage, right, left. See which arm position works better for you. In this place, allow your shoulders to relax so we're not totally worried about this engagement. Allow them to just soften. Continue to feel that length in your spine, though. Let's take one more breath here, in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. And then see if you can grab onto your heels. If your hands were on either side, see if you can draw them back, grab onto your heels, and then lift yourself up a little bit. Maybe you can tuck your chin in closer toward your chest and let your head come closer to your knees. You find a slightly more rounded spine. If you don't like this hand position, you can bring your hands back to either side. Push the floor away and see if you can find a tighter curl. Wherever you are, hold for 4, rounding through your spine. For 3. For 2. For 1, and then use the floor. Push your hands into the floor. Slowly, slowly round to come back up. Chin is still tucked to your chest. You might move your hands to your thighs. And as you start to upright your spine, you then lift your chin up into neutral, spine nice and tall. Good. Let's do a couple of things for our spine still. As you reach your left arm over to your right hand side, start to crawl. Can be very gentle with your low back. Start to crawl. You feel that side body stretch running down the left side of your body. And see if one arm straight feels good, maybe both arms straight feels good. Lean into this left hand side so you can feel that stretch deepen. Fingertips all the way down through your tail. Good. And then from this place, keeping a really long spine, start to walk your hands forward, maintaining that length in your spine. Let's go the other side. So your right hand reaches over to your left, and see if you can kind of lean. Maybe you pop your hips over to that right hand side even farther. Maybe one arm straight, one arm bent. Really build that stretch long down the right side of your body. It takes a little bit of adjusting, playing around with it. Good, and then gently walk yourself back up. All right, let's start from this side. So we're from an upright spine. Reach your right arm over to your left and allow yourself to crawl down. Build your stretch down the right side of your body. Lean into this right side. Stretch your right fingers out even farther. And preserving that length in your spine, start to crawl your hands forward over to your right hand side. See if you can build upon that previous stretch on your left. Allow yourself to lean. Maybe you push your hips out farther to your left. Good. Oh, it feels so nice. And gently walk yourself up. Good. We're back through center. Take a couple moments with your hands on your lap just to close down your eyes.
Relax your shoulders away from your ears. We just breathe. It's weird, like we breathe obviously all the time. But to make time to deliberately focus on breath is an entirely different situation. So give yourself this time, no rush, no hurry. Full deep inhale, breathe deep. Exhale it out. One more time. Inhale, breathe deep. Exhale it out. Your next inhale, open your eyes. Such good work. Again, like it's funny, like you have this silver lining when you are experiencing some sort of injury or whatever it is. I do not wish I would have an injury for sure, but given that I feel a little bit tweakiness in my back, it is such a good reminder to focus on alignment, to have patience for myself, no matter what the situation is, to keep moving, but to always listen to our bodies as well. So hopefully I can take that as a wonderful reminder to never take health and our bodies for granted. And when we do experience something, not to give up on our bodies, but to still work, but in a more gentle and a more sort of deliberate fashion. So I hope you are also encouraged to do that, just in case, who knows, during this whole year of indoor workouts, if you've experienced twinges here and there, that we can still move in a very deliberate, in a very helpful fashion so that our bodies can heal and do what they do best, which is, taking care of ourselves and healing in the best way that they possibly can, in the most efficient way they possibly can. And they do, they really do. We just need to give it some time, some breath, some patience, all those wonderful things. So be good to yourself. Always remind yourself that you're doing a great job, just moving a little bit, a lot of it, whatever it is that your schedule, your body, your mind can handle is so perfect. So give yourself credit for that. All right, this is Jen. Thanks for joining me for some stretchy things, and I will see you so soon. All right, happy Sunday.